我也是看我太太爸知道我以为是会12吧。你阿妈还是我在超天外。对。19号好玩，9号好玩吗？
没有玩，做工完了。哪里有时间？
好做吗？
啊？
好做吗？好做吗？
做。教我做。OK 了。不错。热啊！
下礼拜要交零零。
所以要买。
你像他上这个礼拜可以吗？
这礼拜。
招师，因为要读工作没上。你们拿这个拜4还是拜5？不然拜3也可以。早一点比较轻松。我忘记了。这个是还有这个礼拜有补课，因为这礼拜放假，礼拜4。
这夸张，需不需要啊？OK， 啊，累，喂，可以了吗？啊？累，very tired。啊？哦，没有这个。OK， 上一秒啊。好，来，我们有几件事情要做出。Okay, so for lecture, 其实我们还What's so funny?
Melvin,
Why are you laughing, huh?
why are you laughing?
Why you laughing? Can you share一下？Okay, so lecture 其实我们还是2堂的，还有2个 lecture topic. Right, so 今天是 week 几啊？Week 9。哦呀，拜四是放假。So week 9 我们这个 lecture 第一个 ，right? Week 10. Hey, wait a minute. Not everyone here speak Mandarin, right?
Yeah. Simultaneous can understand.
Just last class, everyone spoke Mandarin, right? Okay, let me say this again. So we only have 2 lectures left. Okay, 2 lectures topic. So this week we'll have the first lecture on Friday, and then next week, week 10, we will have the last lecture topic. Last lecture, okay. So then what will happen next few weeks is like this, okay. On week 11 lecture, which is on 15. If you remember 15, I have a performance in auditorium. So this lecture, we will still go on as usual, but it will only be an hour long. So what I will do in this lecture is that I will tell you the scope for the test. Okay? So at least you have some time to start studying, right? So make sure you come. If you are not there, make sure you ask your friend to tell you what are the scope. So on week 12, Friday, it will be a little bit longer lecture. We will go through all the audio files. Okay, so I will share you the audio files soon, right? Then we will go through every single audio in the audio files. I will teach you how to identify each of these music, what are the things that you can listen out for to identify them, and then what kind of questions I will ask you in the test, these things. Okay, and then I will also show you some sample test questions. Okay, so at least from there you have some clue what the test will be like. Right? So far so good? Okay. Then on week 12, sorry, week 13, lecture is your test. Okay? The test will be an hour long. We'll probably start a little bit later because just in case there's rain or whatever, then everyone wants to walk or so we'll start around maybe 4:15 to 4:30, then ends at like 5:30 or 5:45. Probably I'll extend 15 minutes. Okay. So make sure you're well prepared, right? So week 14, basically the whole week 14 there will be no more class left because we finish everything by 3:30. Okay. However, if you have questions regarding your other coursework marks or if you want to check other coursework marks or whatever, then you can come and look for me in your respective tutorial times. I will be at the office. Or if you are lucky enough, I managed to finish mark. Your group probably not possible, other groups. If I manage to finish marking your test papers, then you can come and check them first. Okay? If not, hopefully by Friday I will finish marking everything. Then we will discuss the questions and also let you double check the markings during the lecture time with 14. Okay. However, I don't think I will be able to finish my level very hard because 200 plus papers. I am the only lecturer marking the papers.
We help you, we can mark our own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know why I am the only lecturer who needs to mark 200 to 400 papers every semester, and I don't get OT. Yeah. So yeah. Hi. So I'll try my best to finish marking by week 14 lecture time. If I don't finish, I will update you on classroom. Then week 15 you might have to stay back a little bit long. For those who are planning to go home on week 15, you probably have to stay back on at least on Monday or Tuesday to come and check your papers and whatever. It's very important for you to come and check because I had one case where I actually mismarked his paper and he lost 10 marks. Yeah. So, and it's very funny because I actually discussed the question with them. I mark everything and then I disperse to them. And that student is so funny. He looked at my paper, right? He thought, I can't remember what's the problem is. I think the writing. Oh, I wrote 50 something. But then he thought that I'm writing 60 something or something. I don't know how it is. It's a stupid issue. Then the student is so funny. He got suspicious, but then he assumed I am correct. Then he didn't tell me. So in the new semester, right, the result come out, and he said, text me in the middle, and I said, why my marks is different? I should have this much. Huh? Then he didn't tell me. Then I went back and checked. So I recalculate. Hey, yeah, well, 10 marks less. So he had to go and appeal. I think appeal had to pay 50 right? Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So huh?
成功吗？
Yeah, of course. When you appeal, right? Of course, your dean, your program leader will contact the lecturer, and then the lecturer will have to write a paper, a letter explaining what happened, and then whether to allow the marks to be awarded. Then they will have a meeting. So it's a whole lot of process. Yeah. So I told the student, I'm like, no choice, I cannot do anything now. You can only appeal, but the appeal I will approve it lah. So that's the only thing I can do. So it was super funny during the meeting. I think your dean was like, so the next paper is this student, Mr. Lim's student. What happened, Mr. Lim? And then I said, the student misread but didn't tell me. He's like, huh? Misread? Then the marks now is correct? Yeah, correct. Okay, then award. So you pay 50 ringgit for nothing, seriously, just because you assume I am correct. Please don't assume I am correct. When you have to mark 200 papers in 1 week's time, nothing is correct. Okay? So very, very important session. Okay? If I don't manage to finish by then, the week 15, Monday or Tuesday should finish already lah. So please come to my office and check that. Okay? Very, very important.
So then you share the fee, appeal fee.
Share a bit? No. Your problem lah.
So your problem
Oh. That's why I say you must come and check.
Oh.
I will always allow my students to check. I know some lecturers don't do that. I don't know if I think some lecturers don't share, right? Yeah. For me, I will always share because I know I will make mistakes. Okay? So please check, and then if there are any dispute or whatever, we settle on the spot. Okay? So that we don't have to trouble the whole parenting process. Okay, clear? In the next few weeks' time, a lot of things will happen. The reason why I need to tell you my plan for the next few weeks is because I know you all are very busy with FYP lah, with your other subjects, and then a lot of submissions, whatever. So at least I tell you now, and you go and plan how you want to handle your workload or whatever. Okay, and please don't jump off a building. Okay. Right. Now we move on. Clear? So far so good? No problem? Okay? Right, so today we will go through the classical period tutorial. Did I show you the video for the melody improvisation last week? During online class? I managed to show you. So you're the first group? Did I show you the good one or the bad one?
Back one.
The bad one, but the good one I didn't show you.
I'm not sure. I cannot tell the difference.
Okay, never mind.
So far from behind.
Okay, never mind. I will show you. I will show you later. I'll show you another one because I think I uploaded it and the Tuesday's class students managed to watch it, but the Monday's class didn't watch it. Okay. Right. So classical period. Very very important chart. Please take note. I'm not going to spend too much time talking on this because if you remember, this lecture is actually recorded down online. The link is already in Google Classroom. So make sure you watch the recording because this is a very big topic. Why is this so hot?
Because the aircon is right there and you're standing over here.
Yeah, and then it's raining and it's very stuffy. And I'm very, very tired and sleepy. So many problems. Okay, so have a look at this, read it on your own. Very, very important. Scroll down a bit more. Also very, very important. Take photo.
So this one for test. Very, very important.
Very, 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 very.
Your cut-offs equal same like this.
No,
100%.
no. But will come up. I will tell you how it will come up. On week 11 and 12.
So 第几个礼拜 test?
Week 13.
13.
Don't worry lah, your test paper is the easiest.
Give the
Huh? You don't believe me?
difficulty is relative.
It's
Maybe you
real.
say the same thing every time.
Huh? I say the same thing every sem. No one believes me anymore. Okay, this is also super important. Okay, this one, if I'm not wrong, again, I cannot remember. But if I'm not wrong, it's guaranteed to come up. Okay, so we're going to talk about this. But this is sonata form. If you don't remember what is sonata form is a very popular classical music form. Okay, it is quite different from other types of form. In other types of form, you will have alphabets A, B, C, whatever, right? A, B is binary, A, B, A, ternary. In sonata form, we don't have that. We have sections. So the three main sections are exposition, development, and recapitulation section. Okay. So what is exposition section? Very simple. In exposition section, we will have first theme, which is the first melody, second theme, second melody. So they will introduce you to two different melodies. Okay. But the difference is, in first theme, you will always come in the key of the original key, so we call it home key. Okay. Then during the transition and bridge, it will contain modulation to another key. Do you remember what is modulation? Modulation?
Yeah.
So very good. Yes, so basically what he said, you go from one key to another key in a song, called modulation. Okay? Now, typically it will go to another key. Typically it will go to dominant, but I never ask you so detailed. I just say that they go to another key. Okay, so the second theme will be in the new key. Okay, so for example, if the first theme is C major key, then in the transition it will end in G major key. Then the second theme and the closing section will be in G major key. So that's the first modulation in the whole song, whole music. Okay. Then when we enter the second section, development section, we will modulate again. But this time the modulation will go from, let's say for example, if your music is major key, you will go to a minor key. Or if your music is minor key originally, then in development section it will go to major key. Make sense? Okay? So in this case, example, this is the minor key. Right? So development section, what they will do, normally the composer will just take ideas from first and second theme and sort of develop it in multiple different ways in the new key. Okay? And then we will go into recapitulation section. Okay? So recapitulation section, if you look closely, it is basically the same as exposition. The only difference is there are no more modulation. Everything is in the home key. Make sense? Sounds very complicated, right? So let's use the music to sort of give you an idea. Okay?
Meeting in 30 minutes. Stay sharp with Brand's Essence of Chicken. Easily absorbed to shake off tiredness and keeps you going. New formula with smoother taste. Try now.
Okay, so this is Mozart's Piano Sonata number 16 in C major. So the home key is in C major. Make sense? Okay? So in the beginning, just try and remember the melody. I'll sing it a few times for you, okay? First theme. So that is the first theme, very, very short. Right? Go. That is the first theme. Then we enter the transition section. So this is, doesn't matter what it plays, just a small transition section, but it will end in a new key. Modulated. Second theme. Closing section. So here, basically, Mozart is repeating the whole exposition section again. So up until this point, this whole section is exposition. And of course, Mozart repeated it again. First theme. Exactly the same thing. Section, we go into the development section. Remember, development section, it will always has a contrasting key. So we are in C major key, I'll go to G major, right? So it's a major key. Then in development section, it's a minor key. So you can hear it's a minor key melody. Now it slowly goes back into recapitulation. And you will hear the first theme comes back. I let you listen to the modulated part the first time the second theme is introduced to you and the non-modulated part, then you understand. So the first time you hear the first theme introduced to you is in this pitch. Okay, this is the second time that you hear it in the recapitulation. Can you hear that this is lower in pitch? No.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Then why are you laughing? Okay, so just in case you cannot hear, then go and listen to it a few times, right? It's not a very drastic change, but there is a change. Okay, so this is sonata form. Next, another very important point, very important topic, the symphony. So symphony is an ambitious work for orchestra. So it's an orchestral music. Now in a classical symphony, you typically will have 4 different movements. First movement, always fast, vigorous and dramatic. It is always in sonata form. Second movement, slow and lyrical melodies, no particular form. Third movement, menuet and trio. It has dance-like character. Beethoven likes to use scherzo and trio. Scherzo is a faster dance. Okay? Fourth movement, normally rondo form, very fast, furious, brilliant, heroic, sometimes a little bit humorous or comedic, right? Not so serious compared to the first movement. Okay? Now, very, very important. So I'm going to use this music to sort of give you some idea. Is there a thing? Good. So, this is the first movement. This section sounds slow because it's an introductory section. Anyone heard this before? Okay, so the idea of this symphony in the beginning is kind of like sunrise and then birds flying and whatsoever. Okay, second movement you have slow lyrical melodies. movement dance like? So in Beethoven's third movement, right, it's always quite fast. Let's say if you listen to Mozart or Haydn, the third movement is not this fast. Only Beethoven. Okay. Now the last movement obviously is going to be fast. But try and listen out for the character. Typically, fourth movement will be more lighter, less serious compared to the first movement. Falling asleep already? This one also can fall asleep. Okay, fine. So, as you can see, each of the movement has its own melody, own character, own style, own form. Okay? And typically, a classical symphony will be about half an hour long to an hour. So this is quite long, 41 minutes long. Right? And then the rest, these are all pretty important, but I'm not going to explain them because I explained that in the lecture, so make sure you watch the recording. These are basically the genres, so kind of like if you listen to pop music, different pop music has different genres, different styles. Same thing like classical music also have different style, different genre. Okay. And then in terms of composer for classical period, there are only three composers we put in here, which is Haydn, Mozart, and Beethoven. If you don't remember them, all three of them are known as the first Vienna school. The reason why is because all three of them kind of spend most of their life in Vienna, and Vienna is also known as the city of music, thanks to them. Any questions? 有人需要留意啊，这样累啊！我早上4点起床，都没样累。
我们4点才睡。
我记得我4点起床，我5点从 JB 回来。我今早才没有睡呢。啊？我昨天晚上12点睡，4点起来。
应该他多少点睡了？
可怜啊！我觉得我已经可怜了，比土还可怜。我来到这边8点多吃个早餐，10点教课教到现在，我已经要倒了。教完联盟就回去睡觉。Okay, any questions? No? Good. Right, so if there's no questions, I'll show you some videos of the melody improvisation. Did I show you this video? Yes, right? Then I explained to you what are the things that you have to be careful. Okay. Then did I show you this one? Yes, I know. Because I managed to show you all the videos. Okay, then you should know what to do already, right?
But some of
How
them,
to do? What do you want to ask? Huh? Okay, exactly. You know what to do, but don't know what to do.
just be
What? No link. Oh, okay.
actually the lyrics we take from the poem.
You use the poem's lyrics, but you can edit them.
It's a compulsory.
But
You must use the poem.
if three people want
No, no. The poem has 4 lines, right? So you choose one of the poem, 4 lines, but you can edit it however you want. But the original lyrics, the original poem must exist within your lyrics.
so if three people then we have three
Lyrics. Up to you. You can use the same lyrics for 3 different songs. You can also use 3 different lyrics for 3 different songs. It's entirely up. Yeah, you need the 3 different melodies.
Like solo? Solo?
Yeah, 5 minutes, maximum. Minimum about 2 to 3 minutes. No, whole thing. So if you sing 2 songs, then 2 songs total about 2 minutes. 1 minute is not. 1 minute is not long.
but if one
Same thing. One, if you're doing solo, then you also have to sing 2 songs.
Solo need 2 songs.
No.
3 people team.
2 people, 2 songs. 3 people, 3 songs.
1 people also 2 songs.
Yes.
他们没跟我说出声啊？哈，你这样不值得噻。春节。
Originally, this assignment is solo. That means every single person must sing 2
Huh?
songs. Then, because I told the original lecturer, I said this is class A for students, but not
FOC, yes.
not FOC for students, but not music-based students lah. So I said, why not make it a group so that they can put together and present something more interesting.
Really something more interesting.
What do you think that you cannot do? Then, okay, if you cannot find, if you cannot create any melody, if you have no imagination or creativity at all, okay, yeah. She said yes, creativity. There's nothing to be proud of, okay. Okay, if you really don't know how to create a song or create a melody, then you can just choose a song that existed and sing the melody, but with your lyrics. You know what I mean? Yeah, just like the video. You know the second song it comes from Pub True Ma. Huh? Oh, you can't hear what they are singing. Really?
Really not clear.
Oh, during the online. Okay, let's listen to the bit. Let's say we listen to the second song. Okay. Second song is this one. You know which song they copied from? Yeah. But they edited it down so they get more marks. But if you really don't want, you can just do copy. You still get marks, just not very high marks in that category.
Our lyrics have to be based on a poem, right?
Sorry?
Our lyrics have to be fully based on a poem given, right?
You use the poem, but you can you can add words into it, and you can expand it to however you want it to be. You can move the words around. Doesn't matter.
If I turn this thing entirely into a rap song, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff.
We have
How about if I separate all the lyrics?
No, I can
put a new
follow.
lyrics, but the meaning also changes.
What do you mean?
You say the fourth, right? Fourth and fifth. You can just break the words and jump them anywhere. Create a brand new.
Yeah. That's what you did. That's what you did. But in your presentation, you must show me your lyrics and highlight the words that comes from the original poem. So yeah, the poem is not really important. It's just there to give you something to start with. Because if I ask you to write melody and lyrics, you will die. Yeah. So if at least I give you some lyrics, then you can start from there lah. Right? For those who don't want to spend too much time on this, you can just simply sing the lyrics. Whatever melody you find works with Robert singing. Yeah. Then of course you cannot expect me to give you high marks lah, right? So for those who really spend time and create something like this, then obviously they'll get very, very high marks lah. There's a lot of effort. Okay? Yes. Dancing has marks.
Solo have to do more.
It depends. Actually, you don't have to dance. I'm not saying that dancing obviously will get more marks in stage performance.
Is it
But-
pink color?
Huh? Pink color. And then like you can okay. I'm not saying that you have to do whatever they do. Okay, this is just one way of presenting. There are people who did solo and then they are so confident in their performance, they can sing and play guitar at the same time, and then they have a lot of facial expression. They don't even need to look at the lyrics, they just sing whatever they want. There are students like that. And you know, it depends on how you present yourself. You don't have to be a clown. I mean, I'm not saying that. Okay, because some of you probably see that, hey, so where we做小丑, right? Why should we be a clown, right? Okay, like I told you before, I have one group, not last year, I think the semester before. There's these 3 girls. So what they did is that they took some ideas from K-pop MV, and then they prepared 3 chairs, and then they sit down first, and then they did some hand sign, and then they walk around, and then do something else. I don't know what. Yeah, something like that. Or there is one group, they copy the cup songs. Do you know the cup song? You know the cup song, right? Yeah. So they copy that. Yeah, they copy exactly the same, but the melody is different lah. So that also works. Right? So it's not necessarily you have to do whatever they do. I'm not saying you have to do whatever, but I'm just showing this because this is awesome, and then this is not bad. So right? So you can do whatever you want. You can express yourself in multiple different ways. Not necessarily whatever you do. So if you're a very serious person, then you can present yourself in a very serious manner. But that it can also be interesting, right? Think of whatever ways you want to do lah.
So no performance, no I mean, there's no stage more authentic performance, then even more marks, right? You know there's a mark.
It depends. Like for example, okay, there's one girl. She didn't dance. She didn't do anything. She just sit here. She just sit one here. Then no, she just sit down. She take the guitar and then she starts singing. But she's such a good singer. The whole class just quiet and listens to her. And then when she sings, she doesn't just look at the score or whatever. She's like a proper singer. She will feel the flow. And then when she sings a sad song, she will have all these sad facial emotions like a real singer. I'm serious. There's one girl like that. I don't know what she will do. Probably very good. Yeah, that is very, very good. So I will give you a lot of marks in performance because facial expression actually works. So when you perform, don't wear mask. Because mask will take away 50% of it. Not 50%, 90% of the emotion. I don't know if you realize if you take mask and then you smile to people don't try you because they don't know you're smiling to them. Right? That is also why I stopped wearing mask from teaching. Because last time I wore mask and teach, no one knows what I'm doing. Even I'm telling a joke, people don't know I'm telling that joke. And then they just look at me like, Okay, fine. Yeah, so yeah, right? I'm sure you've seen a lot of lecturers teach, and you know that different lecturers have different style. Right? Some lecturers are a bit more funny, some lecturers are a bit more serious. Right? But it doesn't mean they're bad. It's just their style, but they can present it well. Most of them, right? So think of what kind of presentation that suits your character the best, and then just prepare well and present it. Okay? Okay? Yeah, guys? Okay? So only there's a few restrictions. One, please don't use curse words. Okay, because I will record it. Okay? Normally I won't show people. Yeah, please don't use curse words. Secondly, please wear your clothes when you sing. I'm not kidding. Yeah, but luckily it's not physical. It's not physical, it's an online class doing MCO, then presentation. So the guy, right? I don't know why. He probably didn't think about it. But it's a guy, that's the sad thing.
Yeah, that's not.
Right? If it's a girl, probably I'm not so angry. But it's a guy. He's like, he just sit there with the webcam on, and then it's like, okay, let's say he didn't even realize he's naked. The whole class is looking at it like,
Oh,
yeah, nothing to show off. That's the problem. Right? If it's good looking and then got muscle, okay lah, fine lah, right? Probably it's part of the act, right? But nothing more. Yeah, imagine my awkwardness. I'm like, are you serious? Yeah, I asked him. And then he said, it's very hot in my room. I'm like,
这样矫情。
I know, right? Because like I mean, if you want to be naked in your house, I don't care. But this is an assignment. It's a university assignment, right? There are a lot of people involved, right? We have to respect each other. I know in overseas people probably don't care, but in Malaysia, right? In the UK last time, this time I was walking the corridor of the university. So me and my friend walking, and then there's a person standing there, fully naked. And then we were like shocked, like, what happened? Is something? Is that a ghost or whatever? Because Asian, we never see something like that, right? Then the girl is just standing there like this, and apparently it's an art. 行为艺术. Yeah. So apparently they are okay with that. University are fine with it. You are free to express your body. No one cares. This is Malaysia. We can't even wear shorts anymore. So please wear your clothes when you sing. Okay? It's a respect to the university also. Okay? So yeah, I actually have to write a letter because the guy sing naked. To your dean, I think, I can't remember. I'm serious. I said I have to fill this. The student asked me why I gave him 0. I said because he did not obey the most important rule. And I actually warned them. I said, please don't. I'm jokingly at the time. I said, please do not sing naked. But he went and sing naked, man. And then what else I can do? So I have to fill him that assignment. But eventually failed. So I told his PL. I think I told his PL. I said, hey, the student, you know, I showed him the video. I showed her the video. I can't remember. Yeah. And then she said, oh my god, this is serious. And then she said,
有分数吗？
啊
？attire 有分数吗？
attire 只要你不是穿到很丑，就不会扣你分。
这考试很丑，
就是拖鞋短裤哦。
我拖鞋短裤这样穿丑啊！
不是啦，就尊重一下，就穿包鞋长裤这样。
下雨没？
下雨穿包鞋不是更好咩？
嗯，
拖鞋试嘞。
哦，所以
你包小你臭。
所以我全部。
你没有穿过包鞋踏水堆，直接装水。
这么你要去踏水堆
下雨，你绝对预测不到哪里是水坑。
是吗？这么夸张？
太清澈了。
其实是有的，我上 去年我去年的国庆日的时候，我在那个国庆日表演那边，那个 Merdeka Stadium 那边 ，because I was asked to perform with them with RTM. Then it's so bad. I don't know if you remember last year during Merdeka, the week before it was raining the whole week. Yeah, the whole Merdeka Stadium, right? The grass are all wet, and then I was wearing a very old sneaker lah. So I wondering why my sneaker feels weird lah? Why it's so wet lah? It was so disgusting, man. Because the rubber was so it cracked. Yeah, it was bad. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I mean you can just bring a pair to change during the performance and then after that change back. Okay. Huh?
Cannot be short
It depends. If your content is like Hawaii style, then okay. It depends. It depends. You cannot sing fully Chinese, but I'm allowing a few Mandarin words in there. It's okay. Okay, I will look forward to that. Okay, so everyone clear on how to work on this, alright? So again, like I mentioned, 讲到 coconut 就很兴奋。Right, so like I mentioned before, the melodies, like I said, if you really cannot come up with your own melody, it's okay to use existing melodies. It's just that the originality marks is lower lah. But then you can make it up in other sections, like stage performance, creativity, all these things. You can still get very, very good marks out of it. So think about how you can present yourself. That's most important. Okay? Be well prepared. Don't wait until last video. Alright? Great. Any questions?
所以 solo 那首歌也是要 within 3 minutes.
Maximum 5 minutes. Maximum. 3 minutes 很长了，其实。Especially 你们没有什么表演的人，其实3分钟很长。你们给 presentation 都知道了吗？叫你讲5分钟，就讲好像讲了10分钟的，是不是？站在那边全部看着你在死 ，right? Okay. So I look forward to your performance. Which week did I ask you to present already? Week 12, right?
14.
Huh?
14.
Week 12, right? I remember. Is it week 12 or week 11? 12 ah? 12 ah? Okay 12 ah? Okay, then week 12. Okay? Good luck. Okay? No more questions? Happy? Okay.
Week 13?
Huh?
test
Week 13 you have test mah? I don't mind if you want to do it week 13, but if you do it week 13, you'll be quite stressed. You have to do this and then you have to do test.
So I always stress.
Other subjects will stress as well.
So this is life. Every day is stress. Okay, thank you. See you all next week. And see you all Friday. Next week. I'm so blurred.
Tanto kita kata.